WGAN Forum Podcast number 99. Tuesday, May 10, 2022.
This WGAN Forum podcast is sponsored by the We Get Around Network Forum, your source for Matterport and related 3D and 360 platforms, cameras, and third-party add-ons. Visit WGANforum.com.
Matterport announces first quarter 2022 financial results with stronger than expected revenue. 1. Total subscribers increased 70% to 562,000 from year-ago period. 2. Subscription revenue rose 24% year-over-year. 3. Q1 GAAP diluted earnings per share of 23 cents, non-GAAP loss per share of 10 cents. 4. Company reaffirms prior guidance for the full year. 5. Balance sheet remains strong with $600 million cash and investments and no debt. SUNNYVALE, California, Tuesday, May 10, 2022. Globe NEWSWIRE, Matterport, Incorporated. Nasdaq, MTTR, Matterport or the company, the leading spatial data company driving the digital transformation of the built world, today announced financial results for the quarter ended March 31, 2022. We are pleased to report another strong quarter, increasing our subscriber count by 70% to 562,000 subscribers for the period. We expanded spaces under management by 49% to 7.3 million spaces, that's 7.3 million Matterport digital twins of homes, offices, factories, hotels, and so much more, said R.J. Pittman, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Matterport. Real property is the largest asset class in the world, now valued at an estimated $327 trillion, reflecting a $100 trillion increase in value in recent years as more than 15,000 new buildings are completed every day. Matterport is leading the industry with over 7 million digital twins, and we're creating thousands more each day, while 99% of the world's buildings have yet to be digitized. This enormous market opportunity is expanding, and we remain focused on efficiently scaling Matterport's business to meet the rising global demand for software-driven property management. In addition to strong adoption, we are excited to report our total revenue for the first quarter of 2022 was $28.5 million, $1 million above the high end of our guidance range. In addition, non-GAAP loss per share of 10 cents for the quarter was 3 cents better than the top end of our guidance range, said JD Fay, Chief Financial Officer of Matterport. One of our key strategic levers is subscription revenue, which increased by 24% year-over-year, comprising over 60% of total revenue for the quarter, and which continues to provide high and stable gross margins. Today, we are reaffirming our prior 2022 revenue and EPS guidance. With $600 million of cash on our balance sheet, we have the financial strength to navigate the macro environment and comfortably achieve our long-term business plan, he added. First quarter 2022 financial highlights. 1. Total revenue was $28.5 million, up 6% compared to first quarter of 2021. 2. Subscription revenue was $17.1 million, up 24% compared to first quarter of 2021. 3. Annualized recurring revenue, ARR, of $68.6 million. 4. Total subscribers increased to 562,000, up 70% compared to first quarter of 2021. 5. Spaces under management, SUM, grew to 7.3 million, up 49% compared to first quarter of 2021. Recent business highlights. 1. Matterport Axis, a motorized mount for smartphones, is now available for purchase. Matterport Axis, which holds either an iOS or Android device, and can be used with the Matterport Capture app, creates 3D digital twins of any physical space with increased speed, precision, and consistency. 2. Announced Midland Holdings, one of the largest residential real estate brokerages in the Greater China region, will become the first brokerage in the region to use Matterport digital twins to create virtual 3D experiences for its entire portfolio of properties. 3. Expanded its presence in the Brazilian market via two strategic partners, Guandalini Posicionamento and PARS, to offer Matterport spatial data platform to their enterprise customers in the architecture, engineering, and construction (AC) markets. 4. Announced and completed the acquisition of Enview, Inc., a pioneer in the scalable, artificial intelligence (AI) for 3D spatial data. 5. Announced the redemption of public warrants, resulting in approximately $104 million in cash proceeds from the warrants prior to redemption. 6. Launched social impact program to support nonprofits and public education institutions by enabling equitable access to 3D spaces. 7. Won 2 comparably awards, including Best Company Outlook among small/mid-sized companies and Best Places to Work in the San Francisco Bay Area. 8. Strengthened Matterport's executive team through the addition of the following executives: Tom Klein, Chief Marketing Officer; Deepti Illa, Vice President, Global Integrated Marketing; Ali Jason, Vice President, Product Marketing; Florence Schaefer, Vice President, Strategy and Operations, Chief of Staff to CEO; Ben Corser, Managing Director, Asia Pacific; Rob Hines, Managing Director, Americas. Non-GAAP financial information. Matterport has provided in this press release financial information that has not been prepared in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles in the United States, GAAP. We believe that the presentation of non-GAAP financial information provides important supplemental information to management and investors regarding financial and business trends relating to Matterport's financial condition and results of operations. The presentation of these non-GAAP financial measures are not meant to be considered in isolation or as a substitute for comparable GAAP financial measures and should be read only in conjunction with the company's consolidated financial statements prepared in accordance with GAAP. For further information regarding these non-GAAP measures, including the reconciliation of these non-GAAP financial measures to their most directly comparable GAAP financial measures, please refer to the financial tables below. Non-GAAP net loss and non-GAAP net loss per share, basic and diluted. Matterport defines non-GAAP net loss as net income, loss, adjusted to exclude stock-based compensation expense, fair value change of warrants liabilities, fair value change of earnout liabilities, payroll tax related to contingent earnout share issuance, acquisition transaction costs, and amortization of acquired intangible assets, in order to provide investors and management with greater visibility to the underlying performance of Matterport's recurring core business operations. In order to calculate non-GAAP net loss per share, basic and diluted, Matterport uses a non-GAAP weighted average share count. Matterport defines non-GAAP weighted average shares used to compute non-GAAP net loss per share, basic and diluted, as GAAP weighted average shares used to compute net income, loss, per share attributable to common stockholders, basic, adjusted to reflect the shares of Matterport's Class A common stock exchanged for the previously issued and outstanding shares of redeemable convertible preferred stock and common stock warrants of Matterport, Incorporated, now known as Matterport Operating, LLC, in connection with the recently completed merger, that are outstanding as of the end of the period as if they were outstanding as of the beginning of the period for comparability, and the potentially dilutive effect of the company's Employee Equity Incentive Plan awards. Conference call information. Matterport will host a conference call for analysts and investors to discuss its financial results for the first quarter of fiscal 2022 today at 1:30 p.m. M. Pacific Time, 4:30 p.m. M. Eastern Time. A recorded webcast of the event will also be available following the call for 1 year on the Matterport's investor relations website at investors.matterport.com. About Matterport. Matterport, Incorporated. Nasdaq, MTTR, is leading the digital transformation of the built world. Our groundbreaking spatial data platform turns buildings into data to make nearly every space more valuable and accessible. Millions of buildings in more than 177 countries have been transformed into immersive Matterport digital twins to improve every part of the building lifecycle from planning, construction, and operations to documentation, appraisal, and marketing. Learn more at www.matterport.com. Copyright 2022 Matterport, Incorporated. All rights reserved. Matterport is a registered trademark and the Matterport logo is a trademark of Matterport, Incorporated. All other marks are the property of their respective owners. Source: Matterport via Globe Newswire.